Let's all boycott Disney. I can't say that the Southern Baptists and I agree on much, other than that we're all carbon-based life forms. But there is one thing that we agree upon, and that is the moral imperative to boycott Disney. We have very different versions of that imperative, to be sure, but boycott we will, and you should too. Oddly enough, Disney has a reasonable corporate attitude towards homosexuals, but not workers. This brings out an interesting contradiction with employees of theirs who happen to be gay. These employees have benefits for their partners, but no job security. In case you haven't heard, the Southern Baptists decided recently to boycott Disney and all of its myriad of subsidiaries because of its tolerant attitudes regarding sexual orientation. The Southern Baptists, not to be confused with their more reasonable cousins, the American Baptists, are bent out of shape because they favor persecuting people who happen to be gay or lesbian. Those of us living in the post-Dark Age world may find this anachronistic, if not senseless, cruel, and therefore unchristian, but those are the facts. People on the whole other side of politics are also boycotting Disney. Ironically, Disney attracts this attention because of its success. When Disney grants partner benefits, their size means that this benefit policy affects the labor market. On the other side, when Disney subsidiaries are trying to avoid actually paying these same employees, or when Disney's merchandising arm produces products in Haiti and pays workers 13 cents an hour, then these policies too affect the labor market. Now, don't get me wrong, I have mixed feelings about this state of affairs. I applauded Disney's decision to grant partner benefits to their gay and lesbian employees, equal to their heterosexual employees. And I applauded Disney when its subsidiary ABC decided to carry a show with an openly lesbian star. But I have a hard time with them constantly trying to lower pay and benefits for their workers in general, not to mention the third world sweatshops and child labor. Michael Eisner, the CEO, is just not a moral person. Anyone who profits from the forced labor of small children is evil. The fact that Disney decided that their bottom line is furthered by gay-friendly policies just so shows the state of the country. Except for the Southern Baptists, the rest of us seem to be developing much healthier and productive attitudes about homosexuality. Disney has figured out that they can profit from this, so the struggle continues. Southern Baptists aside, you should boycott Disney to help the communications workers of America out, and probably help yourself out a bit too. Disney is a very destructive force in the world today. This is nothing new, but their success has called more attention to the deviations of moral behavior engaged in by the company. Disney has a long and sordid history of propagating reactionary ideas and anti-labor activities. Disney was the last major Hollywood studio to be organized, for example, a feat accomplished by Walt Disney through his other contacts and a willingness to cheat workers. It is this willingness to cheat workers that has defined Disney corporate policy from the beginning, though perhaps this is an understatement, as Disney personally seemed to believe that it was his calling to further the goals of right-wing politicians, which include the violent suppression of labor and the protection of corporate profit and its assets. Some may not appreciate the ongoing significance of this history, but I would remind you that even as the total value of the stock market and the profits of a very few owners of large corporations continue to climb ever upward, the real wages of working people have been in decline for at least the last 20 years. The class struggle is real, and it is for keeps. The owners want to keep everything. It's this value system that Disney represents, glorifies, and in which it vigorously participates. The world according to Disney is a world in which corporations rule unchallenged. Workers have no rights, and children, at least the ones not in third world sweatshops, learn only the points of history, or more likely, popular myth, which support the capitalist system of domination and private profit. We are very nearly there, but, thank God, though not the Southern Baptist version of God, we're not there yet. So, get out there and make up a boycott Disney sign, put it in your window, and help make the world a better place. Your children and their children will thank you. Be sure to let people know you're not a homophobic nut, though. Let people know you're boycotting Disney in support of human rights for children in Haiti and electrical workers in New York and California. This is Richard Curtis.